Do you remember those fresh desires when you were kids before your parents crushed your dreams? Do you remember when you believed in your own ability to create? Do you remember when you thought the world was on your side before so many convinced you that they weren't? That fresh flowing of desire. We want to help you to restore yourself to that. So you launch this rocket of desire, and then you recognize, because now you're more sensitive. You know that you want it, but you're not in alignment with it. And every thought that you think that contradicts what you want will give you an emotional feedback that will let you to know, this is what I'm doing. This is that thing I do. Right here, right now. I'm catching myself in the act. Jerry and Esther had chickens years ago, and they remember going out to the hen house one night. They'd forgotten to close it up. They like to close it up at night so that things didn't come and eat the eggs in the night. And there was a possum in the nest with egg all over its face. He looked so guilty. So negative emotion is you catching yourself in the act with egg all over your face. That you are in this moment defeating, that's too strong a word, well, we'll use it anyway, defeating, trampling, killing, pulling the wings off the flies of your desires. In other words, it's what you're doing. You're holding yourself in vibrational dissonance with the very things that you want, and the negative emotion is your glorious indicator that you're doing it now. You're doing it now. So here's all this stuff. It's amassed. It's in your vortex. It's there for you. We see it. We love it. We benefit from it. We thank you for putting it there. We revel in the expansion of the universe, while you often complain that it hasn't shown up yet in the way you want it to. So you've got to find some way of positioning yourself vibrationally so that what's in your vortex can come to where you are. So we are presenting to you, we've been doing it for a while, and we're writing the book, The Grid, so that you can get the sense of the grid meaning your point of attraction. Because you've created a vibrational version of you that is beautiful to behold. But most of you are not even coming close to living the vibrational version that you've created because you're so busy. We love you so much. Sloppily observing anything and everything around you, rather than deliberately preparing your point of attraction, deliberately preparing your grid so that what's in the vortex can flow into it. And when it starts flowing, oh, you know it. It flows with ideas. It flows with energy, vitality, we mean. But it also flows with rendezvous. It flows with things just seeming to come out of the blue. It flows with phone contacts. It flows with money coming to you in unexpected ways. It flows to you in promotions. It flows to you in good impulses when you drive. It flows to you in bodily conditions. It flows to you in physical vitality. It flows. Your grid is filling in all the time. Let's say, for example, you first wake up. When those early impulses come, before there is any resistance, those are good impulses to follow. If you awaken with something on your mind, it's usually an idea that is inspired from that high-flying disc. Mm-hmm. So when an idea is inspired from a high-flying disc, it only continues to feel like a good idea when you're on that disc. Mm-hmm. So if then something happens and now you're moving around in different emotional circles, then sometimes what you committed to when you felt here doesn't feel right when you're here. So we would just ask ourselves a singular question. What disc do I believe I was on when I made my initial response? Let's say that your friend is talking about hardship. It feels off the subject, but not really. Your friend is talking about hardship and hard times and is in need of something, and you've visited there long enough and their vibration is setting the tone. Whoever has the most momentum, it doesn't matter what disc it is, but whoever has the most momentum on the disc they're on will dominate the co-creational experience. So let's say they've got a lot of momentum going relative to hardship, and you feel inspired. Now, this surprises people because most people think that they will only be inspired from this high-flying disc that's up there as a vibrational match to the vortex. But we say, you can be inspired to hit somebody in the nose. But it's not from that high-flying disc that happens. So let's say you're inspired to help someone when you are feeling bad for their hardship. Well, next time you're on that high-flying disc, you're going to feel the discord between that behavior. So the question isn't whether you should help someone or not. The question is, where are you when the impulse comes? We would be asking ourselves that a bit. That's really a helpful thing to contemplate, given all that you already know about law of attraction, don't you think? What disc was I on when I got that impulse? What disc was I on when I proposed to that woman? In most cases, when an impulse comes, it's not the kind of impulse that takes you somewhere to make a large purchase. So many of those impulses you can follow through with and follow through with and follow through with in the moment of them. But just be aware of what disc you're on. It's really worth thinking about. And we would encourage you, as things are manifesting, wanted and unwanted, over the next few days, in light of this conversation that you have felt so much resonance with here today, just stop and ask yourself, what disc was I on? What disc was I on when that happened? Because ultimately, you've been putting all of this stuff into your vortex, and that's spinning on this very, very high disc. And that's what Source is calling you to. And you're right. Sometimes you feel inspired to this or this or this when there's something so much better for you. Now, it doesn't mean that it matters if you don't choose the very best thing every time, but it does mean the very best thing is always available to you, for sure. The very best thing on every subject is always available to you. So do more consistent, chronic choosing of that high disc and find out who you really are. Find out what's really queued up for you. Find out how life can really flow. Find out how much fun living in this physical body can really be. Find out how many cooperative components are really working with you. Find out what your true power and invincibility is. Find out what the depth of your joy and love and appreciation really are. In other words, most of you are sporadically, barely scratching the surface of your potential. So can you imagine what 30 days of picking the high disc could do for you? Can you imagine the revolution that it would cause in your life experience? Because if you've been hanging around on a lower disc, and that's what your point of attraction has been, and then you move to a higher disc, a whole different point of attraction comes to you. Does that make sense to you? You have access to a whole different buffet. Right. It's like the difference between going to that fast food joint and that really special place that has really exquisite food. You just don't get that there. You get that there. You don't get that there. You get that there. And you know the difference between that and that, don't you? You know the difference. Yeah. It's true of all things. It's one of the nice things about these laws. They are so consistent that once you get the hang of it, there's no confusion ever about anything. The only question is, what do I want and what disc do I have to get on to get it? Most important question that we'll ever ask you. What do you want and what disc do you have to get on to get it? And when we say, what do you want? We want the answer to be happiness, not a car. What do you want and what disc do you have to get on to get it? I want happiness. Because all the stuff will come. That's just a given. But what do you want and what disc do you have to get on to get it? Well, I want, Abraham, I've thought about this a lot, and I want revenge. That's what I want. What do you want? Well, I want hope. Really? Really? Well, I want overwhelmment and frustration. We believe you because that's the way you talk all day. I've got too much to do. Nobody ever helps me. Am I the only one around here who ever does anything? Does anybody ever pay attention? It's how you're choosing your discs. What do you want? What disc do you want? What do you want? And what disc do you have to get on to get it? So what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Well, do you get the question we're asking? What do you want? What do you want? Knowing. What do you want? Passion. What do you want? Fun. What do you want? Clarity. What do you want? Invincibility. What do you want? Spontaneity. What do you want? Guidance. What do you want? Fulfillment. What do you want? Satisfaction. What do you want? Eagerness. What do you want? Passion. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Because you can have it. You can have it. You just have to identify that that's what you want. And it will bring everything else that you've ever wanted that's in your vortex. But you got to go for the emotion, because that's what you have control over now. Now. Right now. Right now. You don't have control over the conditions. You don't have really even control over how fast the momentum will produce the result for you. But you have control over the discs that you choose now, now, now. And since we've been having this conversation, it's been so much easier for those who have been deliberately applying it to catch themselves under 17 seconds when they've chosen an unwanted disc. And you know what happens when you get on a disc and you only stay for 16 seconds? It doesn't count. Someone said, "What are you doing, Esther?" "I'm flipping discs." She started counting down. The other day she said to someone, "I have to tell you something, but I only have 16 seconds to tell you, so you can..." So listen up, because I'm going to be talking really, really fast, because I got a lot to say and I only have 60 seconds. Oh, that's it. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. We're glad that you're here, and we're glad that you're mixing it up, and we're glad that you are finding things that you want, and we're glad that you are sometimes standing in places that you don't want to be. We're glad that you're allowing your life to put you in the places where you're asking important questions. And we want you to know that every question that you ask is an important question. We want to convey to you our appreciation for the part you are playing in this creative process. We want you to know that it is supposed to be as good for you as it is for us. But we can only convey to you, in every way we know, and in every way that Esther can allow, how very, 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 very good it is for us. And it is our powerful desire that you find it that good for you. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain aware of you, interested in you, expecting good things for you, knowing that the path will unfold for you, knowing that you're going to like it when you find it, and desiring with everything that we are that you discover for yourself the basis of deliberate creation. Because creating by default is not that much fun. And creating deliberately is what we all live for. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain stubbornly, infinitely, eternally in the vortex.